Good morning. Good morning. I'm still trying to wake up over here. How y'all doing?
Good. You?
Wonderful.
Great.
Let's make sure our whole team is on. So text your team, tell them to jump on so they don't miss this. We're going to go through some important stuff. Let's see. Good morning, everybody. I see you, Taylor. I love it. Cameras are on. I don't care if your head wrap is on. I don't care if your scarf is on. Wide awake. This is your team. So if you can't be comfortable in front of your team, how are you going to be comfortable in front of your guests and your prospects? Let's turn our cameras on so we're fully present for the meeting. I want to make sure that people are engaged and ask questions and stuff like that. I want to be able to keep the lines unmuted, but I know that's going to be hard because of background noise. Can you guys let me know if your team is on or if you want me to wait a little bit longer? You got it now? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mute everybody out real quick. If you do have questions, feel free to drop a message in the chat and or raise your hand, however you want to do it, because I do want to keep this open, interactive to allow you guys to ask questions, okay? Good, I see all these cameras on. Look at all these beautiful faces this Sunday morning. I love it. Well, some of y'all got your cameras on. Some of y'all still hiding. Portia, Thais. I see everybody on here. This is wonderful. Okay. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I know some people are still trying to connect, but we're gonna go ahead and get started because I don't want to keep you guys waiting. It's already 10:06. So can everybody see my screen that I'm sharing right now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's the chat. Okay. Now I can see. All right, so first things first. Welcome to the new volume month. I'm going to kind of briefly share with you guys what that means. What is a volume month? Let's go to the 445 calendar. Can everybody hear okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to mute out Latina. If you guys can unmute if you don't have background noise, but Zoom is very, very sensitive to any background noise. So just hit mute. And then if you do have a question, you can just unmute, you can raise your hand, you can type a question in the comments or in the chat box, and I'll be able to hear you. Okay, so first things first, I've got the 445 calendar up on the screen. So I got there, let me go back. If you're on your dashboard in your back office, right here where my mouse is pointing is the 445 calendar, right? So if I click on this, it's gonna show you the whole year. It's crazy that we're in the September volume month already. I mean, I swear it feels like New Year's Eve was a couple of months ago. So the year has gone by fast, very fast. And so as you see, our company doesn't work on a typical, 1st to the 30th calendar. It works on a 445 calendar, which comes from retail. So you have a 4-week month starting in January, a 4-week month February, and then it goes to a 5-week month in March. And then the same thing happens over and over. So 4-week in April, 4-week in May, 5-week in June. Hence why it's called 445. 4 weeks, 4 weeks, and then a 5-week. So what this means is, here we are now in our September volume month. So what this means is that this month that we are in is actually 5 weeks. So it's got the red highlighting the week that we're in right now. So today is August 18th. And this first week goes from August 18th to August 24th, right? So what does this mean for us? It means a lot of different things. It means that you can skip titles, or you can go farther than you normally would in a 4-week month. So let's say you were in between field trainer and senior field trainer end of last month. Or let's say you were in between senior field trainer and sales director, or sales director and regional sales director. You now have a chance to go farther than you would in a normal month. So here's the really cool thing that I want you guys to see. In this first week of the month, remember, all of our customers and agents, they are billed every 30 days, right? So the 30 days is gonna fall twice in this month. So all of the enrollments that you get this first week of the month, from August 18th to August 24th, is going to be billed again this last week of the month. So from September 15th to September 21st, those 89s are going to be charged again. So every time an 89 is charged, that's volume that's coming back to your monthly group volume. Does that make sense to everybody? So what I'm saying is, basically blitz everything you can this first week. All the customers and agents, you want to get them in this week because they're going to count twice in the same thing. So let's say you get 5,000 in volume this first week of the month, it's going to count again the last week of the month. But that's within the same volume month for our company. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Let me make sure everybody's muted. I'm hearing a little bit of background noise. Okay, cool. So yeah, so that's where you find the 445 calendar, all right? So that's crucial, especially if you're bringing on agents, because now, like let's say you brought on an agent last night, they're automatically going to be charged $89 this month because they didn't have a chance to get their 5 enrollments, right? But this month, now you're starting fresh. So if all the agents you bring on now, they've got a full 5 weeks to get their 5 enrollments so that they get their service for free. Make sense, y'all? So that's the really cool thing about this first week of the month. You can have a lot of momentum starting off the month and help those people get their 5. Because that's always the goal when you're bringing on a new agent, is to not only help them get their first 5 enrollments, which is called Strive for 5. It could be customers and agents, or a combination of both. It could be all customers, it could be all agents, whatever. everybody needs 5 protection plan memberships that they have personally enrolled, okay, in order to get your services free the following month. So you always want to help your new agents get their first 5 enrollments done as quick as possible, because you don't want them being charged $89 a month. You want them to get it for free. So this is a great time to get new agents started at the beginning of the month. They got a whole 5 weeks to get their 5 enrollments. Of course, we want them to get 2 agents out of those 5, because that's going to help them to get promoted to field trainer. Okay? Everybody with me so far? Everybody cool? Okay, so that's the 4-4-5 calendar. So I'm going to go back to the dashboard. So as you can see, everybody's volume goes back to 0, right? Because the month started over at 3 a.m. this morning. Doesn't matter what your title is, you all go back to 0. And that's why it's such a big rush at the end of the month, because you could have been really close to a title and you want to do everything you can to get to that title before the month starts over. And then now you got to wait for that volume to come back again throughout the month. So if you ended the month as a field trainer, this is a great time for you to push to get to senior field trainer and maybe even sales director. That's what I was doing. When I was new, I was using these 5-week months to skip a title, because you can have a lot of momentum. You got a whole extra week. Great time to go from maybe field trainer to sales director, especially if you ended field trainer with a lot of volume, like 2,000 in volume, like you were a strong field trainer. Then you can push yourself to get to the 10,000 in volume by utilizing this 5-week volume. Okay. I showed something yesterday that I thought was very cool that Amina Rashid had posted. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick, because I thought this was very cool for people to be able to see. You know, a lot of people are more technical and like to see numbers and stuff like that. So I thought this was cool to visually see how volume works during a 5-week month. So let me pull it up for you guys real quick. Okay, let me just send it to myself again, because I can't find it and my brain is not fully on yet. Okay, let's look at this.
Are you recording, Jabari, by the way?
Yeah, I'm recording. Hey, Keisha.
Okay, thanks. Morning.
Morning. Okay, yeah, and you guys can unmute and ask any questions. I don't want you guys to feel like you got to be silent on the call, okay? But check this out.
And yeah, just repeat throughout. People are still jumping on. Remind them, you said it earlier, but anything they do this week is going to count twice. Just to keep reminding as you go along in this training.
Yeah, thank you, Keisha. Help me out, Summer. Okay, here we go. This picture right here, check this out, y'all. I'm airdropping it to myself. Here we go. Okay. So here's a nice way to understand volume during this month. Let me share this screen real quick. Okay, who can tell me how much volume you need for vice president?
100K.
100.
KJ.
Perfect, that's right. So here, Amina posted this yesterday and she called it free game. Can you guys see that? Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Just like it says here, create 2 new field trainers every day during the 5-week month. How much volume is a field trainer?
1,600.
1,600 in volume, right? Every field trainer is 1,600 in volume. So if you're creating 2 of those every day in your organization, it doesn't necessarily mean that you personally are doing it, right? But anywhere in your organization that you're popping field trainers, that's 1,600 in volume. So if you've got 2 of them popping a day, that's 3,200 in volume. And we've got 35 days in the 5-week month. So if you do the math, that totals out to 112,000 in volume which is over 100K. So that's what you need to be vice president.
And let's tell them what they need to be a field trainer, just for all the new people.
Yeah, we'll go over
You
that.
need 2 agents. Okay. While you're saying that,
You're breaking
they're
up.
probably. I know you're on the screen of 2 field trainers a day, but
Keisha, you got to get back on your Wi-Fi.
People.
Keisha,
Okay.
you got to get back on your Wi-Fi. We can't hear you.
Okay. Can you hear? No, okay.
She's a robot.
Yeah, you sound like a robot. Okay, so let's go over real quick how you understand what you need for each title. So there's 2 ways you can look at this. Can you guys see the back office I'm sharing now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So if you go to reports, you can see a organizational structure report in there that's going to show you how far you are from your next title. And I'm going to go in there in a second, but the other way is to go to compensation plan overview. And if you go to this page, I think it's like page 7, this is how we get paid. This page here shows you what each title's requirements are. Okay, I'm gonna try to zoom in so you guys can see it a little bit better. But it starts at the first title is field trainer. So, sorry, let me move this back. So yes, the first title is field trainer. And to get to field trainer, you need 1,600 in volume. So for every title, there's a volume requirement and a structure requirement. So for field trainer, the monthly volume requirement is 1,600 in volume. So that's what we were just talking about. So every field trainer is 1,600 in volume, but the structure requirements are you need 2 personally sponsored active agents, right? So you need both. You could have 1,600 in volume, which could be a bunch of customers, but if you don't have the personally enrolled agents, the computer is not going to promote you to field trainer. We're all promoted by the computer, not by a person, okay? So you have to have both requirements, and it'll tell you what the leg requirements are here on the right. So those 2 legs of that are your agents have to have 400 per leg. The company gives you 400 in volume as a new agent automatically. So that's why it's so crucial that when you bring on new agents, that's the time to get them promoted because they have more volume the month that they enroll. The second month, they're not going to have 400 in volume. So you're losing a little bit of volume every month. So it's better to get them promoted when the company's giving them the most volume, right? Because if you yourself have 400 in volume and you enroll 2 agents, 400 in volume each, now you've got 1,200 in volume. You're only 400 short of being a field trainer. That could be 2 customers, because each customer is 200 in volume, or that could be 1 more agent. So a brand new agent could get to field trainer simply by enrolling 3 agents. They have enough volume, they have over 1,600 in volume, and they have the 2 personally enrolled agents, which is the minimum to be a field trainer. Okay? And we're not even talking about triggering cabs. We're just talking about just on their own production, they can get to field trainer. Because that's the other thing. If you drop 2 customers under them, that volume counts towards their volume too to get them over 1,600. Okay? Senior field trainer, now your volume goes to 5,000. And you've still got to have 2 personally sponsored active agents that you personally enroll. But you also, the structure requirements are you have to have 2 field trainers. So 2 active field trainers and 1 must be lineage. Okay? So if you've got 2 field trainers, how much volume is that?
3,200.
32. So all you need is 5,000 to be senior field trainer. So you're only 1,800 short of being a senior field trainer simply by having 2 field trainers. So if everybody goes and gets a couple customers each, maybe 2 customers each, then you got the volume you need to have the 5,000 to be senior field trainer. Okay. The other place you can see this, if you go back to your dashboard and you go to reports, you go to agent reports, you go to organizational structure, this is going to show you what you have. So let's go back to the previous month. So here's a great way to look at it. Okay. On the left side of the screen is going to show you your current title. On the right side of the screen is going to show you your next title. So you're in between 2 titles at all times. So this is a little easier to see based on where you are. So if you're currently an agent, your next title is field trainer. It's telling you need 1,600 in volume within the qualifying month. So right now she had over 1,600, right? So she meets that requirement. But it also tells you must have 2 personally sponsored agents with a minimum of 400, or minimum of 2 legs with 400 on each leg. So she had 1 agent here. If there was another one here, a second agent, then she would have met the requirements to be field trainer. Okay? Let's go into her agent's back office, Tangi. Tangi hit field trainer last month. Let me show you guys what that looks like. Oops. So here's what a field trainer structure looks like, okay? 1,600 in volume, check. 2 personally sponsored agents, minimum of 2 legs, 1 leg here, 1 leg here. Total volume on this leg is 400, total volume on this leg is 800. So she meets all the requirements to be a field trainer. So on Monday night, the computer around 10 p.m. is gonna scan everybody's back office and it's gonna say, boop, check, check, check. Okay, you are now a field trainer. So now starting today, Tangi is now paid out at the at the field trainer title. So every agent she brings in is gonna be $160 payout for her. And then every agent that her team under her brings in is gonna be a $60 override starting today. She's already gonna be paid out at the higher title. And then once that changes over, then it's going to show over here, current title field trainer, next title senior field trainer. So that way she can come back here and check what does she need to be senior field trainer throughout the month. You can always come here to see where you are and what you need to get to the next title. Any questions for anybody so far? Okay, cool. All right. So any questions on the 5-week month compensation plan? It's a great time to ask. You know, don't be shy. If you got a question, if there's something I didn't cover, let me know, because we're going to switch gears now and we're going to go into how to prospect and what do you say on Instagram. I'm going to connect my phone and show you guys some scripting on Instagram. Anybody got any questions before I change gears?
Let's keep your schedule open this week.
Yes, I was gonna tell you. I'm sorry, Jabari. I hope my baby see. This is what we do. This is what we do. We work. We have the earpiece in. We train everything, right? Jabari, just reminding them about how they're gonna get to this level is the 3-way calls. 3-way calls. 3-way calls. That's what I just wanted to remind the team about doing so that we can get to this goal.
Yes, I'm glad you.
Right. So, and you know, inviting them to the overview. Okay, let me mute out the baby.
Good job, Keisha. Okay, so let's pull up what she's talking about so that everybody can be on the same page. Go to the fast start.
Jabari.
Yes.
Hi, I had a question. This is Diane Clayton.
Yes, hi.
On the sheet where it says lineage, can you explain lineage?
Yes. Okay, let me go back.
Good question, Diane.
Okay, so lineage. All right, so if you can you? Oh, I'm not sharing the screen.
And Diane is referring to the compensation plan, guys. That's where she's getting that word from.
Thank you.
Yay!
Okay, so yes, so lineage means that that person was not sponsor placed. So we all have an ability to sponsor place agents, and I don't want to go too deep into that because that's kind of a higher level training. I don't want anyone to feel like they got to study the compensation plan or study their back office when you're brand new. Sales director and above, yeah, we can go into a higher level training about what structuring looks like and sponsor placement and all of that. But just know that we all have the ability to sponsor place an agent under another agent to help that team member out, right? So that leg or that volume does not count towards getting your title. In other words, if I sponsor placed a leg under Kevin, let's say I sponsor placed an agent under Kevin, and that agent went field trainer. Let's go back to the report so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Commission compensation plan overview. Okay. This is where she's asking about that. Okay. Can you guys see that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So,
And you guys can blow up the screen on your phone, by the way.
all right, thanks, Keisha. Okay, so if you're looking at, let's say, senior field trainer, at the end of senior field trainer, it says you must have 2 active field trainers, but 1 must be lineage. So for example, if Kevin was trying to get to senior field trainer, and I'm only saying Kevin because his picture's on my screen right now. But let's say Kevin was trying to get to senior field trainer, and he had one of his own agents that, right? He must have 2 field trainers in his organization, but one of them could be from me. So let's say I sponsor placed an agent named Christina under Kevin, and we have Christina to get to field trainer. She's technically still my agent, but because I sponsor placed her in Kevin's organization, then that's going to count towards one of his field trainers. So he's allowed to have 1 that is non-lineage, and he can have 1 that is lineage. So as long as he had one of his field trainers that he personally enrolled or that his team enrolled, right? Because he could have enrolled, for example, his mom is in his organization. His mom could have enrolled an agent, and that agent goes field trainer. That counts as lineage for him as well. So any agents in your organization that were organically enrolled, they were not sponsor placed by someone else, that counts as lineage.
Gotcha.
But
Got it.
if someone sponsor places a person in there, that can only count as one of your field trainers. So I couldn't put 3 field trainers under Kevin and he become a sales director. He has to have 2 of his own field trainers. Like it says here, for sales director, 3 active field trainers, but 2 must be lineage. So 2 have to be organically in his organization. 1 can be from somebody else. Make sense?
Got it. It makes sense. Thank you so much
No problem.
for breaking that down.
Yep, no problem. And again, I don't want you guys to focus too much on that because it's much better to organically grow the business and have your own agents, your own field trainers, etc.
Got it. But I just wanted to know what it means. That's all.
No problem.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's what that means. Anybody
Thank
else have any questions on that? That was a great question.
I have a question in regards to agent activity. When does an agent, can you become inactive?
Are you asking what does it mean to be active or inactive?
Yes, because for instance, I have agents under me, but they're not really moving and shaking. So, I'm a field trainer. So I'm assuming that if they become inactive, that would, risk my field trainer title. So I'm just trying to see, like, how does that work?
Correct. Yeah. So active means that, and again, this is why we focus so much on getting the Strive for 5 done as soon as possible, even if they're $89 customers. For example, I enrolled my mom for $89, right? Because in the beginning, when I was brand new, I was just trying to get my 5 done so I wouldn't have to pay $89 next month. So what inactive means is if an agent has not gotten their 5 done, their 5 enrollments, 5 anything, 5 customers, it could be a mixture of agents and customers, but everybody needs 5 personally enrolled protection plan memberships in order to have the next month free. So what happens is, let's say you brought on 2 agents and you didn't launch them. They're not actively building the business. They're basically kind of like a customer. They're not really an agent because they're not working the business like you are. So let's say you go to month 2 and they obviously never enrolled their first 5, so now they're being charged $89. Let's say money's tight and their card is declined for that $89. They are now inactive. So they don't make any money when they're inactive. They can enroll customers while they're inactive, but let's say they enroll an agent, they don't get paid on those agents if you're inactive. And the computer is only gonna count active agents. So when you go back to your dashboard, it's gonna show you a green battery that shows if you're active or not. See, it says protection plan active on this screen with a green battery. That's what active. If someone's payment isn't paid and they're in decline status, this is gonna be a red battery and it's gonna say inactive. We don't want any of our agents to be paying $89 a month. We want them to be getting it for free. So that's why we strive for 5 in the first week that we bring a new agent on. And the best way to do that is to do what? Who could tell me the best way?
Launch them.
Or another way to launch them, even before they enroll, is
3-way calls.
Somebody said something?
Trial run.
Somebody else said something besides Kevin?
I said 3-way calls.
3-way calls, yes, but trial run is the best way to get your agent moving. I say this all the time on trainings. If somebody called me today and said, hey, Jabari, I'm ready to be an agent, here's my credit card number, I would rather tell them, no, I'm not gonna enroll you today because I want you to do a trial run first. I want you to post this post, tag 50 to 100 people, let's get you a long list of leads, and then we enroll you tomorrow. Who can tell me why I prefer to do that?
No, so they can build a pipeline.
They're coachable.
I heard Angie. Who else? Yeah, I want y'all to talk. Go ahead, Angie. Is that you?
Yeah. So that they can build an active pipeline before they even enroll.
Bingo. I don't want to bring in dead agents.
Mm-hmm.
And that momentum and excitement it's almost like a newborn baby. Like you gotta be kind of cradling them when you bring them home from the hospital. Because that excitement level is going to go down very fast if they're not moving right away. And I can tell y'all so many times. Is Nate on the line?
Nate is on the line.
Nate,
It might be a little loud.
No, it's all good, bro. It's Sunday. We all doing our thing. Nate, tell them real quickly the story that you told us in Detroit when you had a person that wanted to be an agent but wasn't quite ready to get started and what you did.
Okay, so listen, I invited her to a webinar. She loved the webinar, was speaking awesome about it, said that it was the best webinar she'd ever been to. She stayed the whole time to listen to all the information and that she definitely wanted to become an agent. So I said, okay, welcome to the team. And I told her I wanted to, she said she wouldn't be able to start for a couple weeks. She wanted to come up with the 288 for a couple weeks. So I said, okay, great. Welcome to the team. Let me get you going. I want to get you going on a trial run. Sent her the flyer, told her to tag 50 to 100 people, sent her the caption. The response that she got was so overwhelming that the next day she was ready to sign up as an agent. So that went from 2 weeks to 24 hours. Power of the trial run.
The power of the trial run. People can't see the big picture of our business until you get them to do a trial run. I'm so numb by any responses now, right? I do 3-way calls all day long. I don't care what they say. I got to talk to my spouse. I got to do some research. Let me raise the money. I get paid on Friday. It's like I don't even hear what they say. I'm sending them a picture. Take this picture, tag me, tag 50 to 100 people, tag Nate, tag whoever it is that introduced you to this business, tag 50 to 100 people on Facebook, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye now. I'm off the phone. Because I know if they do it, number one, it's a test. Are they coachable? Right? That's number one. Are you coachable? Because remember, we don't want to bring agents in and they do nothing, and then they get a decline charge the next month, and now we got a retraction. So we're interviewing the agents just as much as they're interviewing us. So when I put you on this trial run, that's my way to know, are you my next coachable agent that I'm going to take to sales director? I don't want to waste my time. And you have to have that posture with them. Alyssa told me flat out, before she enrolled me, I don't do undercover agents, Jabari. If you're coming on my team, you can't be playing around. So she set the bar high for me early on. And don't be afraid to do that with your prospective agents. None of us want retractions. So having them do that test to see if they're going to do the trial run is your kind of early indicator. Is this person coachable or not? Once they do the post, they're going to get such a great response that the light bulb is going to go off now. Because remember, I didn't think my friends had bad credit. I thought I was the only one. It wasn't until I posted and my friends started calling me. And these are people with, attorneys, computer programmers, engineers, people that I thought had very good credit. I was ignorant to credit. Most people are ignorant to credit. So it wasn't until I made the post and had 12 people write info or 12 people text me or DM me, it was like, whoa, $100 times 12 people, I'm about to make $1,200. And so your prospects, it's the same thing. They don't get it until they do the trial run. So when you bring them in with the trial run, boom, we're making calls right away. We're going to get you 2 customers right away. Then I don't have to use my customers to trigger your cab. We're going to get your auntie in. We're going to get your sister in. We're going to get your brother in. We're going to just move through people fast. And out of that list, we're going to look for 2 agents. But your leader is going to be the one that's going to help you. So you got to get them on the phone with your leader. I don't care if it's your girlfriend, your sister, your best friend, your mom. You cannot try to call these people on your own because, number one, they don't know you as a credit consultant. So they're going to question your credibility when it comes to this business. But they don't know me. They don't know Keisha. They don't know Kevin. They don't know whoever else we have on the line. So you always edify that expert. So that's what we're going to go into right now is what do you do when you've got new agents? What's the fastest way to get them launched and to get them started is with the 3-way call. So let me pull that up real fast here for you guys. Anybody else got any questions while I'm pulling this up?
I was going to say, you guys cannot be scared to post, right? I've been through the same thing where you think, oh, these people are only going to be agents. They don't need their credit fixed. How do you know that? You don't know. And a lot of agents are making that mistake of assuming these people that make this money and have this good quote unquote job, you think don't need their credit fixed. Let them decide that. You put them on the call, you get them on the 3-way. I will explain the products and services, and then I will give them also the opportunity to be an agent. So when you post, you need to post and tag everyone. Stop going through your Facebook and going, I don't want to post. I don't want to tag that person. I don't want to tag that person. They don't need it. Or they're going to think this is a scam, or they're going to be looking at me like whatever. No, you don't know if they need this or not. So many people have hit me up on the side in my DMs because they didn't want to post it on the front of my post. They didn't want to post underneath so everyone can see. You don't know if they need it or not. 80% of people have credit challenges, so do not be a secret agent.
Facts. So I'm pulling up my phone now. Y'all see my phone, right? Doesn't matter what chat you're in. If you click on the top of it, because I think a lot of people don't understand how to find things in WhatsApp. So let me show you real quick. When you click at the top, it allows you to go into like the back office of the chat. Right here, media links and documents. If I click on that folder, everything is sorted in there so I can find exactly what I'm looking for. So when we drop stuff like this is for you guys to save on your phone. So you should have a folder on your phone where you've got a bunch of results. So that way when you're talking to somebody, whether it's on Instagram, whether you met somebody at the mall, whether you, whatever, wherever you met somebody, you've got a folder with repos, with bankruptcies, with medical bills, with student loans, because there's like 5 things that everybody has on their report, and that's what they always ask about. So you want to have one central location where you can send that to them. So that's where you find what you're looking for. But if you click at the top on documents, I can sort just by PDFs. So this playbook right here, this is what you want to make sure you launch your new agents with. Okay, so I'm going to airdrop this to myself and pull it up on my computer so you guys can see this in a bigger screen. We'll go back to my phone in a second. Okay, here we go. Let's share this. Here's what Keisha was just talking about, the power of the 3-way call. So here is the Fast Start playbook. This should be in every agent's hands, okay? It's gonna show you how to get started right. The first 48 hours are critical in the life of a new agent. Like I said, they're like a newborn baby. So you've gotta launch them and you've gotta get them engaged early. Every day they lose probably 50% of their motivation. So you don't want them sitting around. So if you've got agents you've already brought.
And launching is the post. The launching is the posting. So I have some agents that have started. You ask them to post and they haven't. They're scared, right? That's when you need to keep checking back and checking their Facebook or whatever and say, hey, you didn't launch yet. You know, I'm trying to get you your first 5 people, but you got to follow the system.
Thanks, people. So yeah, so getting started right, the first 48 hours is crucial. We encourage you to print this out, give it to your new agents. Here's the combination for unlocking success. So your immediate goal is to contact 20 people on your list. This could be a handwritten list that you've had them make of people they know, or it could be from that Facebook launch where they got 15 infos under their post. Either way, we want to have 20 people in play. And your immediate goal is to call 20 people on your list with your expert. You notice it says you should get 15 quality exposures with your running partner. You can't do this by yourself. I don't care if it's your sister, I don't care if it's your brother, your best friend, whoever. You got to get them on the phone with your expert. When I was brand new, I didn't try to call my people. Doesn't matter if it was my wife, doesn't matter if it was my mom, doesn't matter if it was my friend from college. I got Alyssa on the phone because my friends did not know me as the credit expert yet. They knew me as an engineer. So when Alyssa got on the phone, she was the expert. I edified her. Hey, Stacy, listen, I know we go back since college. This is Alyssa Barnes. She is a regional vice president with the company, and she's helped thousands of people to get their credit repaired so that they can buy homes, cars, etc. So I'm gonna move out of the way. I'm gonna let you ask questions directly to her, and that way we can get you started. And I just muted myself out, and Alyssa took over, okay? So you edify your expert. You should get 15 quality exposures, and our goal is to get you your first 5 so that you can get your Strive for 5 completed, so that you're not paying $89 a month. So 20 calls, 15 exposures with an expert on the phone or on Zoom equals your 5 sales. By us doing this with you on three-way, you're going to be able to watch us leverage your list. We're going to do it right in front of you and get you a check right in front of you. The following are suggested scripts you should read. You're going to need to practice your invitation. All you're doing is inviting them to this call or to this Zoom. You're not explaining. You're not trying to close. You're not trying to tell them a price. You're just practicing the invitation and how to answer what is it, right? They're always going to know, what is it? What is it? Handling objections, how to use the phrase the next step if your prospect says they're not ready. So study your playbook, role play with us. I'm always available if you guys want to role play, because your goal is to be the expert inviter. That's it. Brand new agents, their goal is to be the expert inviter. If you say too much, then you're not going to get that person on the phone. If you explain too much on Facebook, if you're writing a long script underneath your post that it's $89, they're never going to call you. They're never going to DM you. You got to keep it short and sweet. You pique their interest about credit. Maybe you share someone's result. Obviously, we can't share the credit reports themselves, but you can share, hey, so-and-so's score went up 75 points. We've got video testimonials. We've got all different types of things that get around compliance, because I don't want anybody to go against compliance and get their back office shut down. So read over your social media compliance do's and don'ts in your back office and know what you can and can't say. But really, all you're trying to do is get their attention. You're inviting. The goal is to find a time and a place. Your friend is free, so you can show them something you're excited about. Be excited, but don't answer a bunch of questions. So you could say something like, what are you doing tonight at 7? That's much different to say, what are you doing tonight at 7 versus, hey, I'm having a webinar at 7. Can you make it? What are they going to say if you do it that way?
No, they'll find an excuse for it to be no.
Bingo. So it's all about how you ask. If you say, what are you doing tonight at 7? More than likely, they're going to say, nothing. Why? What's up? Now you got it, because they just told you they're available. Versus you saying, hey, I'm having this webinar. I really want you to check this out. Oh, I can't tonight. You know, the kids going back to school. They got all these excuses, because that's people's natural defense mechanism. Kind of like, y'all been on timeshares before, like timeshare presentations? You know, they try to hit you up. They're like, oh, you know, come to this meeting. And you're like, nah, I don't really want to I'm not trying to get sold right now. I'm just trying to relax. So when you ask them, what are you doing tonight at 7, you've already gotten them to give you the clearance that they're not doing anything. So these are some great ways that you can get them to commit to a time. And we put little things like this in the WhatsApp as a little short script. And I think sometimes people are like, but it doesn't really say about being a customer or being an agent. That's the point, y'all. We're purposely being vague because you don't want to give them too much information. So if you're a brand new agent or if you're new to the team, I want you to just change your mindset about giving people a lot of information in order to invite them. You're literally killing yourself by doing it. You're sabotaging yourself. You don't need to give people a lot of information to get them to hear what we're doing. It's better to be short and sweet. What are you doing tonight at 7? Hey, look, let's meet. I got to show you something. I got to run. So you're always going to be in a rush. I've got something you got to see. Another great way is I've got an idea I want to run by you. That's actually edifying them. Hey, Angie, listen, I know you've worked in the mortgage industry a long time. I really want your expertise on something. Angie, what are you doing tonight at 7? And you can unmute Angie.
I'm not doing anything.
Okay, perfect. I really want to show you this thing. I know you're an expert in the mortgage field. I'm going to call you tonight. Actually, I'm going to text you tonight right before 7 because I got something I want you to look at for me. Okay?
Perfect. I'll be there.
Okay, cool. I got to run. I got to go pick up Miles from school. Talk to you later, okay?
Later.
Bye. That's it. That's the invitation. I didn't tell her what it was. I didn't tell her how much it cost. What about mortgages? What do you want to know, Jabari? She could have probably asked me some questions like that. And I would have been like, I can't really explain it. I got to go pick up my kids. Just get off the phone. Just get the confirmation. That's all you're trying to do is get them. She can hear my excitement. I've edified her as the expert. So now she's like, okay, yeah, I do know some stuff, right? And that's what you want to do with people. I called Keisha. Keisha, you're a realtor. Aren't you a realtor, Keisha? Yes, I am. She probably can't.
Yes, I am.
Okay, Keisha, I got something you got to see. Listen, you know a lot more about real estate than I do. You got to check this out. Can you be available at 7 p.m. today?
But Jabari, what is this about? The kids, got to get into the
Right
bed.
now. Just be there at 7, okay? I'm coming over.
All right, cool.
All right, bye. Talk to you later. You see? That's all you want to do. If I tell her too much, she might say, oh, Jabari, I heard about this, or whatever. People have their own ideas and judgments in their head. So you don't want to give them too much information where they start to assume what they think this is. Because 9 times out of 10, they don't know what they're talking about. Okay? Any questions so far? I'm seeing a chat. Okay, Maisha. Maisha, come on and unmute yourself and ask that question. That's a great question.
Okay, so how can you do that with a realtor that you're not as familiar with? Like maybe they've shown you a house or whatever, and you previously worked with them, but you're not as familiar as maybe you are with Keisha.
Great question. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. With realtors, the objective is, and not only realtors, car salespeople, anybody who's in an industry where they must leverage people's credit in order to do their job, where they don't eat unless they close something. It's the same approach for all of them, right? Because they don't work a salary job. They only get paid if they sell something. So your approach is not about, let's make you $100 per person. Your approach is, let me make your pain so much worse than it really is, and you don't realize how much money you're losing every week, right? So my approach with them is, hey, let me ask you something. What are you doing with your unqualified buyers? And we can role play. Keisha, can you unmute real quick? I know you got the baby in the background.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, cool. Me and Keisha don't know each other. Hey, Keisha, I remember you showed me a house last year, and I just got a quick question for you. You got a second?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. Hey, look, I just wanted to know something. What do you do when you have unqualified buyers? Like, what do you normally do with them?
I mean,
Did I lose you already, Keisha?
and the lender will try to work on them. But, I really don't have time to do that.
Okay, say it again because I think it went out for a second.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you, yeah.
Okay. I'm saying that, I really don't do anything with them because I can't. Or sometimes my lender will give them some tips on, how to, fix their credit. But honestly, I don't know. I may not hear from them again because, I'm trying to close deals and stuff. So
I got you. So about how many people would you say you have like that per week? You come across per week that are like that?
It just depends. Maybe 3.
3? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be a little nosy for a second. How much average would you say you make on a closing?
In Gwinnett, the average, let's just say 200,000.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's 3% that I would get. So I guess about 6,000.
6,000. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not real good at math. Let me just get my calculator out. So you're saying basically 6,000. So basically you're losing $18,000 a week.
Mm.
Mm. Well, shoot, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So if I had a way that we could take those clients and put them back in your pipeline so that you could sell them a house, would you be interested?
Definitely. I'll definitely be willing to listen.
Okay.
Anything to get me more leads or, you know.
Okay, cool. Perfect. All right, listen, what are you doing tonight at 7 o'clock?
I may be available, depends.
Okay. All right, perfect. I got some information I want to share with you, but just let me know if you can't make it because I want to give this opportunity to someone else who can't make it.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess put me down.
Okay, perfect. All right, I'm going to put you down, and I'm actually going to call you back about 30 minutes before 7 to get you the information. I got to run there. I got to go pick up my kids from school, but thank you so much.
Okay, perfect. Good talking to you.
All right, you too. Bye-bye. You see what I did?
Yeah.
So that's actually called spin selling, which is something I learned in corporate America. But basically, I'm making her pain so much more painful than it already is because we're not walking around thinking about how much money we're losing, right? So I exposed her to that. I put a magnifying glass on her pain because she's not walking around thinking 6,000 times 3 people per week. Damn, I'm losing 18,000 a week. That's what, 18,000 a 4-week month times 4. That's $72,000 a month she's losing. That's much different than talking about $100 a person. Right. So you talk about how you increase their bottom line. That's how you get their attention. Especially right now, because I'll let the realtors and the mortgage people share this with you. Real estate is going through a recession. So this is perfect time for us to attack a bunch of realtors and a bunch of mortgage people because they're scrambling right now. They're getting part-time jobs and stuff like that just to make ends meet. Car salespeople, same thing. Don't go into a dealership talking about, I'm gonna make you $100 a person. That's not gonna excite them. Talk about.
Because I will tell you, I've had a realtor who said that was a little bit insulting to hear about the $100, right? Because she's more focusing on the 6,000. So that's perfect what Jabari discussed.
Yep. So focus on their pain. Make it about their clients, not so much about them. Right? Because if nothing else, let's say they see the presentation and they decide, hey, I don't want to be an agent, but I'll refer some clients to you. Perfect. That's exactly what you want. Yeah, send your clients my way because what's going to happen? I've done that. I've had lenders send me people. Their scores go up 100 points. They tell the lender, now the lender is sending me people every week. Oh, I can't close with you. You got these medical bills. Call Jabari. Here's Jabari. And they'll call me. They'll enroll in 5 minutes. 188, 188, 188, 188. I don't have to close them. I don't have to do nothing. If the lender told you to go call Jabari, you're calling Jabari. So you all can do the same thing. You can have realtors and lenders referring you people all the time. Eventually, they're going to be like, wait a minute, how does this thing work again? Because y'all are doing some amazing things with their credit. I need to know more. So sometimes you kind of backdoor them into being an agent. It's not always that they jump right in because there's there's millions of realtors out there, y'all, and most of them got egos and bad attitudes. I'm going to be honest with you. So you don't want all realtors, and not all realtors are going to see the big picture. Okay? So great question. Anybody else got any questions on that topic?
I kind of have a question, Jabari, real quick. I'm not sure if it's quite on topic, but it's just regarding like the follow-up process. What is a good time frame? Okay, let me give you this example. So lately, or as of yesterday, I was going through all of my contacts from last month that I hadn't heard from and just following up, sending results like, hey, look at these recent results. Were you still looking to get your credit repaired? And so in that process, I'm getting responses. Someone said to me, they're like, wow, that's amazing. I sent them something like plus 234 points. Wow, that's great. I'm like, yeah, man, the service is really changing lives. When are you looking to get started? So he goes, I'm already started. So I go, with who? And so he says, Lexington Law. So I said, whoa, wait, huh? And so at that point, he calls me, right? So I said all of that to say, he calls me. I tell him, I run him down on how, we're better than Lexington Law. And so he says, and I invited him to the webinar on Tuesday. So he says, yeah, I definitely want to tune in. Shortly after we hang up, he sends me a text and is like, I'm canceling with Lexington Law. I'm starting with y'all the first of the month. We'll see how that goes. But I'm just saying, when is a good time? Because I didn't think that, it was too far. But what's a good time frame to follow up? That's my question.
Yeah, good question. So he said how long until he wants to get started? Beginning of the month?
Right. So he said, yeah, he said he's canceling with Lexington Law and he's starting with us the first of the month.
Yeah, so with everybody, I pretty much have the same approach. I always try to get them in for 89 today versus 188 tomorrow. So
yeah, I thought about that.
Well,
too.
your question, Nate, was what? How long to follow up with them?
How long to follow
What?
up? Right, because this was, I had been texting him. However,
And you thought you didn't follow up enough because he went with
Right.
someone else?
Right, in that time frame. It was just, for 3 weeks, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't know it was so quick.
Well, let
'cause
me give you an example. Jabari followed up with me several times a week for 3 months until I got started. So unless I told Jabari, go jump off the roof, he was still following up with me every single week, even if it was one time. He was sending me, testimonies and everything like that. So, you can use your judgment, but no, a couple of weeks. Every week I may shoot you something and say, hey, just wanted to remind you, look at what we're doing for our customers. 3 months of that.
yeah, and that's a great way to follow up to say, I know we weren't able to get connected last week, but hey, I just got these results fresh off the press. Look at all these deletions. I wanted you to see our clients' results. I look forward to working with you. Always lead with results, whether it's a follow-up or whether it's a straight up somebody says, hey, how much does it cost to get your credit fixed? I'm already shooting them results. But in any situation, it's always much better to get them to get started today instead of Friday or payday or next Friday. Hey, how about I save you $100 and you get started right now for $89? Fear of loss is much better than gain. If people are backwards like that, I know it doesn't make sense, but it's much better to get them when you're showing them that you're going to lose something by not getting started now versus then gain something. They should be thinking, damn, you just sent me a repo deleted from the same car company, Santander, that I have. I should just be ready to get started right now for 188. Because you're going to pay off that $7,000 repo? 188 or 7,000? Which one are you going to do? That should be enough. But a lot of times people still need that extra push where you say, okay, yeah, I can enroll you on Friday on payday, or I can enroll you right now for 89. Because who knows, Friday may come along and you're thinking, oh yeah, I got this appointment for Friday at 10 a.m. and you call them and they don't answer.
Mm-hmm.
Because they spent that money already. They got paid at midnight, they paid their rent, they paid their car note, checking account is overdrawn. So it's much better to get them while you have them on the phone or while you're talking to them, close them right then. Don't put it off for Friday or next Friday. Get it done now. Okay? Somebody else had raised their hand. Let me see. You can go ahead and unmute. Oh, it's Latina Bradley. You can go ahead and unmute, Latina.
Okay. I have a couple same thing. She was her and her husband with Lexington Law last month, and they was actual friends of mine. And I was telling her about the business, and she was like, "Well, I tried to cancel with Lexington Law, and they told us we still, owe them for the month. So I'm like, well, they're supposed to be on a month-to-month basis. How do you owe them if you already paid them once?" She said, "Well, that's what they told us." So I told her, I said, well, she said, once we pay that, I'm, super excited to start with y'all and everything. So I keep following up, but you know, it's like, what would be the next follow-up question I should say, you know, or example I should say to her? I have sent her people getting results and stuff that was posted, but they still haven't gotten started. And then I just posted again on Instagram, and she was like, you know, when are y'all gonna have another Zoom meeting? And I'm like, hold on. So I was like stuck because I did not know. And this like I think last night she posted. So what should I do in order to get past that Lexington Law issue?
So have they seen a presentation yet?
No.
Okay, so they've never seen our presentation, but they're with Lexington Law. Let me just make sure I understood you correctly. They've never seen a presentation or a three-way by us, but they're with
Right.
Lexington Law.
Right. When I told her the difference between us and Lexington Law, she was just sold right then, and she was like, yes, she want to get started. And then from there, it was just waiting on the clearance of Lexington Law.
Yeah, Lexington Law, they're abusive. Like they'll hang up on the phone
And they don't cancel you immediately.
put you on hold, all kind of foolishness just to get you out of the program because they know it's some bullshit, right?
Mm.
So I always send people the fact that they're not accredited and that they got the not rated by the BBB. I always send that. Anytime somebody says Lexington Law, boom, I send them that. They're like, oh my God, I didn't know. So
But
that's
let me ask whoever was saying, have you got them on a three-way call? Because I heard them saying, when is another Zoom? Like as if they wanted more information.
no.
Did you say, hey, well, let me get you on?
No, I think it was
Okay,
last
well, yeah,
night that she posted. So that's why I was, you know, on the call today to find out.
Okay. Three-way call. Let's get somebody on the phone with them. They're obviously interested in more information.
Yeah, but it sounds like hesitant or resistant to getting on a Zoom or whatever. Keep them in. It sounds like they're being hesitant or resistant to getting on for whatever reason.
She was saying it was, as far as the money is concerned, so she still had to pay Lexington Law. How could she pay us as well?
Yeah, so let her know. Say, oh yeah, they're real. They're predators, like Sandra just said. They're real abusive. There's a lot of class action lawsuits against them. So get the hell out of there as quick as you can. Like, let them know. Be forceful. Get on the phone. Cancel my thing right now, or I'm about to call my attorney. Scare them to get them out of the program. Okay, and then at that point, schedule a call. Who's your mentor? I think we lost you. Latina? I think your computer maybe froze up. Can y'all still hear me and see me? Is everybody?
Give him a second. He'll figure it out. He should be back soon. I just messaged.
Okay, thank you.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Yeah, I don't know what happened right there. I think we're all back. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I don't know if the last thing came through that I said, but basically I was just saying that let them know that that company has a lot of lawsuits against them to just raise hell to get them to cancel. And then who's your mentor?
Connie.
Okay.
Connie.
So just get them scheduled with your mentor to do a three-way call so that they can get started.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Anybody else have any questions? Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys real quick how to do the scripting on Instagram. I think this will be helpful. How many people have their Instagram pages set up as a business account? That's important. Yeah, make sure you transition it over to a business account because there's tools that you can use if your account is a business account. So if you hit the plus sign right here and the ... you can load in quick replies. So you can load the entire script into Instagram so you don't have to go back and forth between your notes on your phone and Instagram. It's all loaded right inside here. It makes it a whole lot easier. Okay, so this person responded to one of my promos, and I used the quick reply. I didn't type, "Hi, how are you?" I just hit the button, boom. And notice I start sending results early, right? Because I know how people's mind works these days. Everybody's got a short attention span, and they don't read words. They just kind of look at pictures. That's why Instagram is so popular. Facebook has got a lot of words. Instagram is just photos and videos, and people want to just scroll through and look at photos and videos because we've all been conditioned now to have a short attention span. So by me showing this early in the conversation, they got something to be excited about. Show that screen again. Please, my account is set up as business, but I've never seen that screen. Okay, so you hit the plus sign at the bottom where you type, and you hit the ... in the middle, and that's your quick replies. Okay, you good, Francesca? Okay, cool. So yeah, so look, I got lucky in this one. I sent her a repo, and when I asked her what's affecting your credit, look what she said. Repo, right? Because see, I've been doing this so much that I kind of know, right? It's always 5 things: repo, student loan, bankruptcy, credit cards. You kind of know what it is. So she said, okay, repo, cable bills, little things. It's like 5 to 6 things. I have to look again when I wake up. Okay, do you know your score now? Right? I always ask that because most people don't understand credit. So the question I asked first, what's affecting your credit? 9 times out of 10, they don't know. They may say student loans. They may say, oh, my student loan debt is so high, that's why my score is low. That's false. Student loan, the amount of your debt does not get calculated in your score, right? So my follow-up question is, what is your score, is really going to tell me what I really need to know. Kind of like if you went to the doctor and the doctor said, hey, do you eat pretty healthy? You probably say, yeah. And then he'll say, all right, well, let me look at your blood pressure. That's going to tell me what I really need to know. The survey says you do not eat healthy, right? Your blood pressure is horrible, right? So even though you told me in your mind you think you eat well, the survey says that's not right. So it's the same thing. When they tell you the score, you know what you're really working with, okay? Somebody might say, oh yeah, it's all it is just my student loans. Okay, what's your score? It's a 490. Your student loans may be in default, and that's what's affecting your credit score because you've got a charged off account, but the amount of the student loans is not what's affecting your score. Make sense, y'all? So I go to the next part of the script. No problem. What's your goal score? What are you looking to do? Get a house, own some things. They pretty much always say they want to buy a house or a car, right? And, this is our chance to really be like, yes, good, because we want to help people get out of debt and stop renting. So I use the script, plug in, just use the quick replies, boom, boom, boom. I like to show them right here, this third part. You will also get your customer portal to track your progress. This picture is the customer portal. So I like to, again, a picture's worth 1,000 words. They may not read that you get your own customer portal, but I just showed it to them. Right? So they can see in the picture that, wow, I get a website that's going to show me what accounts are bad and what accounts have been deleted on Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. That picture is worth 1,000 words. So when I asked her, what are you trying to do with your credit? I have a child. I'm going on 27 years old. I need to make a difference. And then I finished with the price. $188 to get started, blah, blah, blah. And then, however, I'm blessing 3 more families with a waived activation fee by midnight, right? So I got her started right after that for $89 instead of the $188. Okay? So that's how you use the script in Instagram. You're not answering any questions. You've got control of the conversation. So it's your posture that gets them started. Also having a really good Instagram page. So we can go to some of y'all's pages to see what you got. but it's important to have a page that's got quality content on it. Okay? You can't just have a bunch of flyers about credit. You've got to show yourself, your pictures, your family. Let them know that you're a real person. Show the excitement at the meetings. When you go to meetings, make sure you're recording. Make sure, of course, you don't want to show anything that's going to show any compliance issues. So you don't want to talk about the money or how much it costs, but let them see our culture. That's important, because that's what allows people to trust you when they see that you have a progressive team, a progressive organization, and they want to be a part of something bigger than their 9 to 5.
And let me tell you guys an example of that. Angie, that's on the phone, we had worked together. I had been trying to talk to Angie about this business for 4.5 months. Do you want to know why she called me and reached out to me? Because she saw my pictures in LA. She saw the event we were having. She saw the amount of people. She saw how excited we were. And she sent me a message from one of my stories that said, okay, I think I'm ready. Call me when you get back.
Yep.
Okay, I have been trying to talk to her for 4.5 months. But what got her
Very
was,
true,
wow,
you
this
guys.
is real. Yeah, let them know, Ange.
People watch. People watch. I saw Keisha, she was recording, she was in Vegas. I saw people in the back jumping. I heard music. I was like, man, what are those people doing? And I just kept watching her stories, and I was like, wait a minute, today she had on this, the next day she had on another set of clothes. Y'all still in Vegas? What are y'all doing? And I was like, Keisha, call me when you get back. So people watch.
Yep. So yeah, y'all, that's the key. That's the foundation right there. Have a good Instagram page with quality content. You're only going to get from Instagram what you provide to Instagram. So if you're providing the right content so that people are engaged in your posts, that's what makes them trust you so that they get started. If you just got a bunch of memes and flyers, then that's not going to get people excited. That's not going to get people to trust you, to want to join your organization. You got to have a professional looking page. You can't have a bunch of ratchetness on your page, because remember, this is the financial industry. You're dealing with people's money and their socials and their personal information. I'm not going to give my social.
What if you have a boring life?
I'm sorry?
I said, what if you have a boring life?
What if you have a boring life?
Yep.
Make it unboring.
Yeah. Make it look very like you're doing a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, when you step outside in the morning, you may walk, you may go out and be like, look at what's going on in my neighborhood, or the sun is shining, or you passing by something, you going somewhere. The grocery store. I mean, there's people who are just like, oh, I ate at that restaurant before. You're passing by somewhere and you're like, hey, look at all the people out here. That doesn't mean you're going in the restaurant to eat. But people will text me and be like, oh, I saw you passing by such and such. I live over there, or I like that restaurant too. I mean, anything. People are nosy, posy. Trust me. And that's all they want to see is, what are you doing? And are you doing stuff that I like to do? Are you a real person? Can we relate to each other? That's what they want to see. So you got to show something exciting, whatever it is.
Even what you're doing right now, Q. You got your baby in your arms. That needs to be on Instagram.
Yes,
Let me tell you,
how many women would want to see that?
My baby is the Instagram queen. And when I go out somewhere, people are like, are you Brooklyn's mom? Can you believe that? Am I Brooklyn's mom? That's what they're asking me. And that's from Instagram. So people are associating that with me. You could be like, hey, I'm a dad doing my thing. They love that. That's the best story you could give them. Family, man taking care of his kids.
Yeah, that's not boring.
Mm-mm.
You want to make them trust you because they see that you're responsible, you're doing the right thing, and they're going to be able to relate with you. If you got your kids on social media, people are going to trust you. Because ain't nobody scamming nobody with their kids on social media.
Yeah.
Okay? So make your lifestyle part of what the attraction is. And Q, I hope you got some good video and pictures from Detroit, because that needs to be on your page. Put that on your page. When they see Inky Johnson and stuff like that, they're going to be like, what is this? I need to know more. And that's what you want. You want engagement. You want people to see what you're doing and be nosy enough to ask you what you're doing. Okay? Leah had a question about activation fees. Leah, who enrolled you? You can unmute, Leah. Hey, Leah, you can unmute. Okay. Well, Carlton. Okay. Can you unmute, Leah? And let us see you. Let you ask the question. Okay. It's okay if it turn your camera on, Leah, so we can see you. Is that you in the car? Who's that in the car? I love it. Okay, we'll come back to you, Leah. When you unmute and you can show your camera, I'm gonna answer your question. Oh, I see you now, Leah. I see you. Yeah, hey, all right, so unmute for me. And let me see you ask your question, even if it's noisy.
Hi.
Welcome to the family.
Hi. So I noticed when I do the speech that I was given by my leader, that once I get to the fee part, people stop responding. I mean, almost the speech sounds automated, so a lot of my friends on Facebook are assuming it's a scam. And as soon as I tell them about the fee, they're like running for the door.
Okay, so you posted yesterday?
Yep.
Okay, and then so you got responses, people wrote info, and then what did you do after that?
I'm sorry?
What did you do after that? After they wrote info on your post, tell me what you did next.
So I did what I was told. I liked their comment. I told them to check their DM, and then I gave them responses I was given to.
What was the responses? Do you remember?
Just, what's your credit score? What are your goals for your credit score? And then they told me, and once I sent the response regarding the services and the fee, they stop responding, or they say, no, that's okay. I did have 2 people say, they'll get back to me. And one other person said that, they're going to try something else. So it was, as soon as I sent they're very excited at first, they're interested, they want to do it. And then it's like, as soon as you tell them about the fee, they're running for the hills. I feel like a lot of people don't want to do something where they're not sure they're going to get their return right away. You know what I mean?
Did you send them results?
I'm sorry?
Did you send them results?
Yes, I have. I did. I sent some results. And, one person was like, wow, that's great. I'm really looking to get rid of my student loans. And she was excited about it, but it's the money part. It's definitely the money part. One person mentioned they want to wait till they get their check. And, the other person mentioned that she would think about it and get back to me.
Did you send all of the people results? Every single person that you DM'd, did they all get a picture with something deleted on it?
The 2 people that responded to it, yes. I sent the results. The ones who got through the first 2 questions, I sent the results. But I mean, should I be doing that first? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. So were you on when I just showed my DMs?
Yes.
You saw that, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it one more time. I want to make sure that we're clear on how to do this. Because when you're brand new, that's very common.
I'm sorry?
Hold on. Can you see my phone?
Yeah.
Okay. This is very, very, very important, you guys. You have to send results. Like I was just saying, people's attention span is very, very short. I'm going to mute you real quickly, okay, because I know it's loud where you are. I know you can hear me. So
I can hear you.
Okay, mute yourself real quick, Leah.
Okay.
I can't find you.
Number 15, you said?
Oh, y'all eating some good brunch today. I'm jealous. Okay. So everybody can see my phone, right? Okay, good. Early in the conversation, you got to send results, right? If you're just telling them a price and there's no pictures in here, like you said, ROI, people need to know that they're going to get a return on their investment. I hope you can hear me, Leah. You got an earpiece or something? She can't hear me. You got an earpiece you can put in so you can hear me?
No, I don't, unfortunately.
Okay, just put it up to your ear so you can hear me. Okay, so agents make a huge mistake a lot of times with just using the script and not sending results. People need to see and touch and feel what they're paying for. Like you said, they need to know that they're going to get a return on investment. So if you're just sending just the price and just the info, then they're not going to be encouraged to get started. Okay, so that is crucial. The other thing is your posture has to be very high, that what you're offering is of high value.
Right there off of Woodward and almost like near the
Kristen, you unmuted yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry, y'all.
Okay.
Wait.
It's okay. All right, cool. So yeah, so you got to show the results early in the conversation so they can see what they're paying for, right? And if anybody ever said to me that this is too much money or something like that, that's when I go into attack mode. I literally have invoices with credit repair companies that charge $2,000 up front. So I know that 188 is a steal for what I'm providing for you. Okay? So anybody who's acting like this is costing too much money, they can keep their 490 credit score and move on. You understand? That's what posture is all about. If you think 188 is too much and you got a $27,000 repo on your credit report, keep the repo, enjoy your life, keep it moving. I'm on to the next one. That's how your posture has to be. Okay? Don't let nobody tell you this is too much money or anything like that, because you can enjoy your 490 and I'm going to move on with somebody who's serious. Make sense? So always send the results, especially to match what it is that they're saying. If they say student loans, send them a picture of student loans. And you're in our group chat in WhatsApp, so we'll share some of those results so you have them on your phone, like the student loan deletions and stuff like that. Because most people assume student loans can't be deleted. And yes, they can. I had my student loans deleted. Most of the people on our team had our student loans deleted, okay? So definitely share the results with them so they can see what they're paying for. And if they don't respond after the price, that's when you go back with, did I lose you? Did I lose you? And you can send them results. Hey, I know we weren't able to get connected yesterday. I wanted you to see some student loans that were deleted. Here you go, delete. I look forward to working with you. And move on to the next one. You're planting seeds right now. I know you're brand new, Leah. The goal is to just plant the seeds, be consistent with your posts. People are gonna come back and be able to ask, hey, I'm ready to get started now, when they see that you're consistent. Okay, any other questions?
So I think you answered part of my question, but I noticed when you were on this page earlier, you mentioned that you offered somebody to waive their activation fee by 12 o'clock.
Let me show you that. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
So this is your back office too. You have the same thing that all of us have. I don't know if you've had a chance to go in there yet. This is what your back office looks like. Can you see my screen now?
Yep.
There's 3 price points that you can bring in customers. This is the standard price. $99 setup fee, $89 for their first month. or you can discount it $50 on the activation fee, or you can charge them $0 setup fee and just the $89 for the first month. You make the $100 when you enroll them with the $99 activation fee. $2 when you enroll them with the $49 setup fee. You make $0. You make the $12 residual when you enroll them for just $89.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's good to get your first 5 done. Like I was saying, my mom, I enrolled her for $89 when I first started. You can call it a friends and family discount. Just run through to get the low-hanging fruit first. You could get 3 $89 customers and 2 agents, and you'll be a field trainer. And then that way you'll make more money as a field trainer than you being just an agent. And then you got your 5 enrollments, so now your $89 for your plan is free. Make sense?
Yeah.
So get your first 5 enrolled as quick as possible, so you're not paying $89 next month.
And I guess I didn't know that was an option because I was a skeptical person about signing up. Just because my whole process is like, I feel like you give people an option to do this for free so they can see after 3 months that they're getting some kind of benefit from it.
Yeah, not for free, but yes, they can save money and get started that way, and then you can see the results. Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah, to get your first 5, yeah, give some discounts away. And normally what we do is we say, okay, I have a promotional price that I can offer you. It's only good for tonight. And if I give you this price, you've got to post my flyer for me on your page. And Nikki will be able to show you how to do that. Because what you'll do is when they post for you on their page, you give them the caption, anyone connected with me should not be getting turned down for purchases due to bad credit. Contact @Leah at your page. That way, their sister or their best friend will contact you, and they'll probably pay the $188, so you'll make your money. So you can say, look, I can give you a promotional price to get started. It's only good for until midnight. So that way, you can save $100, but you got to post my flyer for me.
That makes sense.
Welcome to the family, Leah.
Thank you.
No problem. All right, I'm going to mute you out because you're over there making me jealous eating brunch. Anybody else got any questions? Okay, cool. All right. That's it for me. It's 11:30. I'm ready to go home and eat some brunch myself. I've recorded this, so.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How do you enroll them in the? I'm sorry. Hi, Jabari. How do you enroll them in the to get that credit card?
Okay, great question. Can you still see the back office I have on my screen?
Yeah, I can still see it.
So everybody has a back office like this. There's a blue link next to your picture at the top. If you click on this, this takes you to your web page. Okay? And on here, there's tabs you can click. So if you go to products, you'll see the secured card here. You'll see rent reporting here. And I always ask my new customers or agents, do you have any positive accounts reporting right now on your credit report? If they say no, they don't have a car loan, they don't have a mortgage, they don't have a credit card, they don't have a student loan, I'm sending them both of these links. Here's the secured card. You can send them this link. They can enroll right here. And then also the rent reporting. Because most people are paying rent, so they can get up to 2 years of their rent reported on their credit report.
Nice, okay.
Are there extra fees for those 2 services?
Yes.
Okay.
Credit My Rent, they can choose whichever plan they want. If they want to do an individual or with a spouse or a roommate, it can be as cheap as what is this? If they just want to do month to month, there's a $25 setup fee and $6.95 a month. If they want to do a whole year of past reporting for an individual, $85 setup fee, $6.95 a month for a whole year. If they want to do a full 2 years of past reporting, retroactive, setup fee $145, monthly fee $6.95.
Perfect. Thank you.
No problem. And then if they want to do for 2 people's credit reports, they can do it this way. And this goes on 2 different credit reports. Okay.
Can you please go back out and show me how you got to that point again?
Yeah, so if you're in your back office, log into your back office, make sure you have your picture loaded on here. And the blue link that's next to the picture, if you click on it, it takes you to your website. Everybody has a website, right? Okay. There's a video on here they can learn about the business opportunity. And at the top, you've got buttons. So if you click on products.
I have no buttons at the top.
On your website?
Yeah, I have none.
Maybe you just have to scroll up.
Nope, at the very top. I have the FS in the left-hand corner.
Who is this? I can't even see who this is.
Latondra. 1 minute. I'm trying to find my face.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Oh, goodness. How do you do this thing? 1 minute.
Black Love, that's you?
Yes, that's me.
Okay, let me turn on your video.
Go ahead, do it again. I'm sorry, I pushed the wrong thing.
Okay.
Okay.
There you are. How you doing?
Hello. Hi.
All right, where
but
you
I'm
located?
looking at the top of my screen here.
Okay, wait, hold on. Let me make this bigger so I can see. Who enrolled you?
Sharita,
And where are you located?
Detroit.
Okay. So you're on your iPad?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, show me that again so I can show you where the buttons are. Okay. You're not, okay, wait, go to the top.
Oh.
You see it now?
See, that was a slow blind moment. Is my hair
Okay,
blind?
no problem.
Okay.
You got it now?
Got it.
All right, cool. Anybody else?
Jabari, I have a question. It's not really, how are you? I'm sorry.
It's all good. I'm good. How are you?
Good. It's not really related to the training, but then again, it is. I had asked the question about our magazine and the Protection Plan Plus flyers. Do you know when those are going to be available?
The magazines came out last week. I think you can order them through the back office. We bought some when we were in Detroit. Let's see if you go to marketing and go to the store. I think you can order it through Vistaprint.
Through Vistaprint. Okay. I wasn't sure if it was, because it said coming soon. It didn't exactly say that it was available just yet.
Marketing materials. Let's see if this. If it's not in here, then call corporate on Monday.
Okay.
And they can let you know when it's going to be available.
Okay. Is that the same for the Protection Plan Plus flyers, like the regular Protection Plus?
Yeah, ask them about that too. I know inside of the Protection Plan you have a marketing section, but ask them when is that going to be available for the Protection Plan Plus too.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right. Cool. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Hey, Jabari.
Yes.
This is Nathaniel.
Hey, Nathaniel, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing? I was looking through the back office. I was actually looking for that part where you can explore about the secure card.
Yeah, I just showed it. Did you see when I showed it?
Oh, no, I had to actually log off. There was a situation that was happening here,
Okay.
so I had to log off for a second.
No worries. All right. So if you're in your back office, this is what the back office looks like.
Right.
You got your picture up here.
Yeah.
To the left of the picture, there's a blue link. That blue link is your website.
Right.
If you click on this, it's going to take you to your website, right? And then all you got to do is click on products.
Okay. Because when I did that, okay, all right. I didn't see all of that. It was more like the FES to travel and.
That's the Protection Plan Plus.
Okay. So I'm gonna just follow. I didn't follow it that way. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna go check that out. Thank you, man.
No worries.
All right.
Anybody else?
Hi, Jabari. It's Diana. I had a question.
Hi, Diana.
How are you? Good. It's a wonderful training. Listen, I'm recruiting quite a few people, and I know training, it can be very overwhelming. What would be some good advice? I mean, we're going through all the videos and things like that, but it can be overwhelming. What would be a good advice for a new person?
Get them on one of our new agent trainings.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, where are you located?
I'm in California, but a lot of my agents, they're all over, of course.
Okay,
so
yeah.
just to make sure we just get into the new training.
Yes. Have you been on this training since the beginning?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so the quick start guide.
Okay.
And having them launch.
Okay.
So that they're working. The goal is to not have anybody be a PhD in the back office.
Okay, I got you.
If you don't have anybody in the back office, there's no point in you being back there.
Gotcha.
Get some people in your back office, then you can learn your back office.
That's true. Okay.
The first goal for every new agent is to get their first 5 enrollments done.
Yes.
Once they got the 5 in there, they can start to understand the back office. But before that, it's like information overload to try to understand all this stuff. It's not.
It really is. It can be very overwhelming. You know, even myself, as I enroll people, I've learned so much. You know, so it can be very overwhelming. Yes.
But
Okay.
The goal is to get them in there, and they'll figure it out as they're making money, as opposed to sitting through some 2-hour class to learn how to make money. Just make the money.
Okay.
You'll learn how to structure everything in your back office later.
Yeah. Just get some dollars. I got you.
Get some people in there, and then there's no point in learning it if there's nothing for you to learn unless you've got people in there.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jabari.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording and end the meeting.